What's going on is Anton from antondaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. There's this trend in the industry that guys are being affected by that you should not be affected by it because you're listening to too many women, and I'm going to break it down for you really quickly. I don't want to say any names because, for whatever reason, I don't want to say any names. I don't want to name any of these people. For whatever reason, I'm starting to get a little bit more visibility where people get bothered when I have an opinion about something that they doing publicly. Whether it's just a regular TikTok person or if it's a person in the industry. I'll be getting DMs on my Instagram and stuff like that of people, Anton, man, listen, bro, you did it publicly, own it. But I'm going to use this as a talking point to give you guys some insight. There is a trend online and in the industry and in people's personal lives where women are creating this narrative that guys fumbled a woman that then moves on and get with another guy that basically is simping for her. So I'll give you an example. Let's say that X woman is single now, but she was married to or in a long-term public relationship. And again, make sure you adapt this for regular everyday situations because it doesn't necessarily have to be a celebrity. But I've realized that celebrity culture is the culture that toxically filters through down into everyday relationships, like guys flying women out. That wasn't reserved for regular everyday people. That was reserved for suckers that was getting a lot of money in the NFL and the NBA, and they was flying women out in order to get with them when they just could have got with whatever it was that was in their city and stopped spending money and tricking it. You got more money than you got sense. But, you know, celebrity culture or what's going on in popular culture oftentimes filters down into regular everyday people. And people are trying to celebrate women for breaking up their relationships, sometimes having children with these guys, and then moving on and then possibly getting with a guy that's at a higher level based off of whatever it is until, and this is the part that they don't show you, or when they have really short memories, until that relationship expires and then she move over to the next guy, right? But the nature of that particular woman is going to be her. It doesn't translate into long-term success. It translates into short-term celebration. But that's not the issue, because we can deal with this on a couple different fronts, and so we'll come back to that. The real issue is that guys actually care about what other women think when it comes to their ex moving on or breaking up or cheating, and then women are basically saying, oh, you fumbled her. Oh, man, you missed out on a baddie. Oh, she leveling up. That guy must be sick at home right now, laying up with the kids and all of this other stuff, right? I didn't know that guys cared about women that they let go, It wasn't that the women left them or anything like that, that they let go, especially when a woman is the one that's being accused of cheating and all of this. I didn't know that y'all cared so much for a woman moving on and then getting with somebody else. I didn't know that we were supposed to be deep diving into that and caring. And I certainly didn't know that y'all cared so much about the comments, that y'all care to respond to these people about whether or not the person is happy when they move on to somebody else. It's such a stupid, toxic narrative. And the minute that, in my opinion, you start listening to women about how you supposed to be moving in life, and if you was to let them bully you into accepting a woman that wasn't on her P's and Q's when she was with you in the first place, and you letting the internet or you letting people or women on the internet that is being influenced by a woman that is not going to translate into their personal life either. You don't know these avatars. If you start to click on some of these women's profiles, you'll be like, man, why was I even paying attention to what she's talking about in the first place? Just because a comment get a lot of likes or get a lot of visibility doesn't make it true. Nor should you care, even if it is true. Either way, I believe that you should be on your P's and Q's and doing whatever it is that make the best sense for you and the people that you care the most about, the people that is impacted by your decisions. I'm not about to ever, well, I mean, this has never happened to me, but I would never compare myself to another guy because an ex started talking to him. So every chick that you done ever dealt with, behind the scenes or publicly, if she started talking to another guy and you find out about it, which is the wildest thing ever, right? Because remember, we're translating this down into our regular, you, me, and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? The rest of the 99.9% of us. We're translating this down back into our regular lives. Do you think that I, for 1 second, would even be researching? And that's another problem. Y'all care too much about women that ain't yours. If she was a wife, she would be yours. If she not, then she for the streets. And that's not a diss to the women that's for the streets. That's just the reality of it. We slot people based off of the value that they add into our lives. And so if she not yours, then it was just your turn. Why are you researching? Why are you still following her on Instagram? Why are you still stalking her parents on Facebook? Why are you trying to see what's going on? Why are you even hanging out with people that used to be cool with her? Man, I don't care, and I don't even care that you sitting there telling me back and forth about what's going on. Now, if you live in such a small city that everybody know everybody and that just translates into you knowing everything that's going on, then that's another thing, because most of these cities, even major cities, are smaller than you think. And if you have any visibility, or if you outside even a little bit, you're only one person removed from everybody knowing what's going on. However, the point that I'm trying to make is stop letting women shame you into getting emotional about the fact that she went and talked to somebody else. Another man's trash isn't another man's treasure. She's still trash. Because if she wasn't valuable to you, and again, that doesn't mean that she's a trash human being or a trash person. It just means that she's not good enough for you. Then you continue to level up, king. You continue to run up a bag. You continue to focus on what you got going on. I don't have 1 ounce of energy, and that goes for friendships, that goes for business relationships, that goes for people that you used to do podcasts with, whatever. Unless you are negatively motivated from a business perspective, I don't have 1 ounce of energy for anybody, and I mean anybody, that does not add value into my future, into my current situation. I am so focused on me that I don't have time to focus on what nobody else got going on. And half of the time they checking and they doing half of the stuff that they doing because they want to get back at you, and they so focused on you and they thinking about you, and they not gonna not mention you. So live rent free in her head. Don't focus on what she got going on. You got a bigger purpose. You got other things that you're getting into. You got things that you're working on. I don't have time to be sitting here focused on what this person did, man. I don't even, you know why I never signed into Facebook? I remember at one point, I was, in order to have a business account or and all, like the follower account or the social media account on Facebook, you also have to have a regular account. And so I got a regular account because, that is also the thing that you sign in for Instagram and stuff. Man, I haven't signed into that thing in years. The minute that I realized, for me personally as a content creator, that it wasn't no money on Facebook personally for me, and I know that there's different ways that people make money on content, and maybe it is some money for you on Facebook, but the minute that I realized that it wasn't no money on Facebook for me, man, I wasn't on that platform. I ain't on nothing just casually. If it ain't about business, if it ain't about going forward, if it ain't about progress, you know me in real life, you got my phone number in real life, I'm not checking on that messy shit. Like, for me, that site is for, class reunion shit and all of that. And I don't ever plan on going to another class reunion. Not that I wasn't cool with everybody in high school, because I was cool. But family, I graduated in 2000. It's 2025. That was 25 years ago. I'm on to something else. Everybody from my class know exactly who I am and where I stand, because I am probably the most visible person from our class. What do I need to go and check to see what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so focused on what I got going on. I'm so focused on running it up. I'm focused on business, my own family, and all of that stuff. So all I'm telling you is, don't let the things that happen in your past, especially when it comes to the women that you used to talk to, or the men that you used to talk to, you can translate it from that lens if you're a woman, affect what you got going on in the future. I don't have time to be focused on what everybody else was doing back then. I'm so focused on what my future looked like and changing that narrative and living in the moment. What do you mean you fumbled? Fumbled? What do you mean I sent her to a whole nother team? I don't know. Anyways, let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. I'm on my way into the studio so we can do a Millionaire Morning Show. And we got after hours tonight. I love you. I'm going to holler at you later. Peace.